Hey there, Nation. Welcome to the show where we help you to play miniatures wargaming on a budget. It is I, Commander Cheapskate, and we are back with another episode of the Underhive Wars. This is our series of Necromunda battle reports, and this is the very beginning of the turn number 8 of our Sector 7 Turf War. We're going to talk about exactly where all the gang's current ratings are at, how they're linked up in our current campaign, and who will be fighting in this next round for turn number 8, as well as the territories that they control as well. So that being said, let's go ahead and get this turn number 8 briefing started. So the very first thing we're going to talk about for round number 8 is where our current rankings are for our campaign. And basically rank our gangs between 1st to 10th place depending on their current level of reputation. So as you can see here, we have little D10s right behind each of the players, the leaders of each of the gangs. So that way you can see exactly where they're currently ranked up in our campaign. So starting off in first place is the red faction of the Genestealer cults. This is played by my friend Scream of the Emo. His current reputation is at 32 points. In second place is my gang, the Jury of House Cawdor. I'm playing these guys. These guys are ranked at 31 points reputation. In third place is Sister Serial's Precinct 13, her Palanite Enforcers. They're ranked in third place right now with 30 points reputation. In fourth place, oddly enough, is the Iron Sights of House Orlock. Those guys are sitting at 30 points reputation, and once again, those guys are played by my friend Fresh Prince Belair. He's the one who plays that gang. In fifth place of our campaign is the Pelago-Slam Kings of House Goliath, with played by Brother Grimm. They got a total of 27 reputation points. In sixth place is the Venators of Section 8, that is played by my man Dark Lord Mac. They're basically at 26 points reputation. In seventh place, and climbing very rapidly with the territories and as well as their rating, is 911, which is played by House Van Saar, which is played by my buddy Warlord Ace. He's got 25 points reputation. In eighth place are the Killjoys of House EScher, played by my friend Lady Domina, with 24 points reputation for those guys. In ninth place is the Sleeping Dogs of House Delaque. Those guys have 23 points reputation. They're played by my friend Sergeant Sigmarine. And lastly, in 10th place, we have the People Leaders, which are the Chaos Helot Cultists, played by my friend Odeth, and they're currently sitting at 19 points of reputation as well. And so that is the current ranking right now for all 10 gangs of our campaign. So with that being said, let's go and talk about the territories that they control real quick. Alright, so here's the current situation with our campaign for turn number 8 for our Sector 7 Turf War. As you can see, each of the colors represent a different gang, and you can see the different territories they're also controlling as well. In fact, if we go up to our key here, blue is for Cawdor, red is for Orlock, yellow is for Delaque, green is for Van Saar, orange for Goliath, pink for EScher, black for Genestealer cults, brown for Chaos Cultists, turquoise for the Enforcers, for the Palanite Enforcers, and then of course we have this maroon color for the Venators as well. And as you can see here, the gangs are actually doing quite well for each other, especially during round number 7. It went really well for House Delaque as well as House Van Saar. In that campaign setting, we did a little miniature. It came from the Sump campaign setting, where it was more of a horror-based kind of scenarios that we used from the Book of Ruin. We use a lot of those different scenarios. They're all multiplayer scenarios. And if you managed to win that scenario, you got to take a piece of territory from all the participants who lost. So because of that, the Sleeping Dogs of House Delaque and 911 of House Van Saar really cleaned up. They actually have quite a bit of territories in this one. So let's go and talk about the territories real quick and exactly what they're claiming. So over here in the upper right hand corner, these dark blue territories, these are territories that are controlled by my gang, the Jury of House Cawdor. As you can see there, I basically have 2 settlements. I have my headquarters settlements as well as a secondary settlement. I have a slag furnace as well as some old ruins, and I also have an archaeotech device as well. So I'm doing very, very well for my gang. We're doing quite prosperous for this campaign. Next up, we have number 14 here, which is a settlement that Lone Brown Hex is controlled by the People Leaders. Unfortunately for them, they've had a very difficult time of actually controlling territories in this campaign. Up next in green, these green territories are controlled by 911 of House Van Saar, and they're doing exceptionally well for themselves. They managed to capture a fighting pit in the last turn because Sister Serial gave that to them for the Precinct 13, gave it to the 911 because she felt bad for stabbing in the back in our meat scenario. He also controls a settlement as well as a corpse farm, a sludge slee, as well as a gambling den as well. Now this red territory here is number 34. That one is controlled by the Orlocks of the Iron Sights. And unfortunately, that's one of 2 territories that my friend Fresh Prince Belair controls. The other one he controls is the tunnels as well. So, not doing too well too there, unfortunately for him. Now these territories in yellow are under the control of the sleeping dogs of House Delaque. As you can see here, they actually have quite a bit of territory. They control a narco den as well as a settlement. They also control a generatorium as well as a drinking hole, and they also managed to capture a stinger mold sprawl from the Killjoys of House EScher. So those are the territories that Delaques are controlling. Up here in the top in this turquoise color is the territory that's controlled by Precinct 13. The settlement is their station precinct, so that's what they control up there. And down here in the bottom, they actually control 2 more pieces of territory. They control a wastes as well as a bone shrine. Now they don't get any boons or enhanced boons from these territories, because all they can really do is either police up the territories and earn additional reputation points, or give them away to different gangs if they want to. So for the most part, Sister Sarah is just choosing for the most part just to police her territories. Up here in orange, these are the territories that are controlled by the Pelago-Slam Kings. By Brother Grimm, he controls a Promethean cache. He also controls tunnels as well as a settlement, so he's doing pretty well for himself. In black, these are the 4 territories that are controlled by the red faction of the Genestealer cults. That's my friend Scream with the emo. He controls a mine works as well as a rogue dock shop. He has a settlement as well as a refuge drift as well. And then over here we have the purple territories. These purple territories are controlled by my friend Lady Domina of the Killjoys of House EScher. She controls a settlement as well as a synth still. And the very last territory we have, of course, is this maroon one, controlled by the Venators of Section 8, and now they control as a settlement. So that is the current situation of all the territories that are controlled by the various gangs in our Sector 7 turf war. And as you can see, it's really starting to take shape. We're starting to see some really nice looking empires and territories controlled by the different gangs as well. So, with the territories over with, let's go out and talk about exactly who will be fighting whom in turn number 8 of our Sector 7 turf war. Alright, so here's all 10 gangs, and this is exactly who will be fighting whom in turn number 8 of our Sector 7 turf war. So we'll have 5 battle forts. The very first one will be fought between the Iron Sights of House Orlock versus my gang, the Jury of House Cawdor. The second game will be fought between the Pelago-Slam Kings as well as the People Eaters. The Pelago-Slam Kings are from House Goliath, and the People Eaters are from the Helot Cultists. And this one's going to be interesting because these 2 gangs have fought each other, I think, 3 times so far in our campaign. They just recently fought each other to rescue the People Eaters. Leader King Slender, he got captured by the Pelago-Slam Kings. So they just got done fighting him in order to get him back. So now these guys are, out for blood again for some revenge. So these guys will be fighting in Battle Port number 2. Battle Port number 3 will be fought between the Killjoys of House EScher as well as the red faction of the Genestealer cults. Battle number 4 will be fought between Precinct 13 of the Palanite Enforcers versus the Sleeping Dogs of House Delaque. And then finally, turn number 5, the final battle report for this turn, will be fought between 9/11 House Van Saar and the Venators of Section 8. So that is our current campaign situation with round number 8 of our Sector 7 turf war. And that's going to do it for this one, you guys. As always, please feel free to like, comment, and or subscribe. Your guys' input is valuable to us as always. Also, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, as well as blogger.com for all the latest greatest updates with the hobby aspect of our channel. You guys stay classy. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, you guys, and stay classy.